Hi, everybody. Oh, man. So much to say. And I think we're going to start with something. David, let's just view this like you have to go to the bathroom and you're driving down the highway and you know you're not going to make it to your destination, so it's best to pull off, go do what you got to do, and then get back in the car and get to business, shall we? So we're going to make a deposit of this dog bleep early in the show. So hopefully there's a bowl ready. And I'm going to read this to you. And then we're going to drop it right in Rico's lap. And I do want to say, with no smarm or sarcasm, in a completely sincere manner, this is one of the best polo shirts this man has ever worn. A tremendous color. It really plays off of your skin and your hair. It's just beautiful. You look tremendous today. So let's... No, there's no but. No, there's no but. It's an electric selection from the RL Beard collection.
Here's a chair.
Nope. Nothing. No rake, no chair. It's beautiful. I'm going to read this, and then I'm dropping it right in Rico's lap because I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I hate this sport. So
See, you say you can't, but it pushes the boundaries, Mike.
No, it's called I have a job, and I have to do it. It's like watching Javi Baez. I don't want to, but I have to. Jaden Rashada suing Florida's head coach Billy Napier and boosters over NIL deal. Oh, boy. So Rashada, who committed to Miami, then went to Florida, then went to Arizona State, and now is at Georgia. Mind you, he's a redshirt freshman. So we're 4 colleges you've signed the dotted line with here. Georgia quarterback Jaden Rashada suing Florida head football coach Billy Napier and Gators booster Hugh Hathcock and former football staffer Marcus Castro Walker, claiming they defrauded him of millions by backing out of an NIL deal that was valued at $13.85 million. Kill me. The collective never had the money, and yet they were making these promises to the kid, Rashada's attorney said. Rusty Harden, you dangle life-changing, generation-changing money in front of a 19-year-old kid who grew up without it, you can expect the young person to not be affected by it. The bargaining power is totally unequal here, close quote. All right, well, Rusty, you're a moron, because here's an idea. Life-changing money comes with life-changing responsibilities. Show me the contract. Or were you a moron being led around by morons? You got pimped and didn't have a contract. Well, I guess the court's going to debut it and figure it out. The lawsuit alleges that Napier, Hathcock, and others fraudulently induced Rashada, who was a high school prospect, to commit to Florida with no intention of following through on the promise. Fraudulent misrepresentation and inducement, aiding and abetting fraud, and civil conspiracy to commit fraud are among several claims. Rashada is the first known athlete to sue an active coach and booster regarding a dispute involving the NIL. Case has been filed at some, Pensacola District Court. I don't care. Rashada, the number 31 overall prospect in 23. Oddly enough, he may end up playing for 31 schools at the pace he's on. Sadly, unethical and illegal tactics like this more and more commonplace in the Wild West. Rashada backed off a $9.5 million offer from Miami. Mind you. If you are paying a high school athlete $9.5 million, you need your head examined. Just because you're rich don't make you bright. Hathcock, who owns a local car dealership, approached Rashada when he visited Florida in June of 22, said he'd get the quarterback whatever he needed, and mentioned a job for Rashada's father. Florida's offer allegedly included $13.85 million over 4 years, including $5.35 from Hathcock with a $500,000 signing bonus through the dealership. Mm-hmm. Oh, that seems above board, doesn't it? Rashada received a letter from the Gator Collective nearly a month later purporting to terminate the NIL deal. Termination of the contract could only be completed under provisions. Napier and Castro Walker, who served as the director of player engagement, said they would, quote, make good on the promised payment. According to the lawsuit, the group informed Rashada's NIL agents and Hathcock at the Gator Guard Collective would pay out $13.85. After receiving $150,000 to pay off money owed, Rashada didn't have an NIL contract to sign. He considered backing off the verbal pledge before signing day, but signed and intended to go to Florida after Napier promised $1 million payment to him and his father during a phone call. Rashada then withdrew his intent to play for Florida in January 23 after he didn't receive the additional payments. He ended up playing for Arizona State last year before playing for Georgia this year, and in April, Rashada informed Kirby Smart of the lawsuit and received his blessing. Here's Rico Beard. I'm going home.
What do you want me to say? You did a great job at breaking down the story.
This is your show.
You leaving?
I hate this sport, and what you've made it make sense of any of this.
Mike, you can't make sense of any of it. Here's what happens. Everybody wants to get all the star players to their team, so you know what happens? A bidding war. Now, for this one, this was equally stupid on both sides. I don't feel sorry for either party, Florida or Jalen, because you walked away from a deal in Miami because you chased money. You said, I can make an extra $5 million. I'm going to go to Florida instead. It goes back to what we said. There is no more loyalty when it comes to college sports. It's about who can give you the bigger paycheck. And for Florida, apparently somebody came to their senses how you're talking right now. What do you mean we're about to pay a high schooler $13 million? No, we're not. Go ahead and back out of that deal, except for Jalen thought he was going to get the money. Mike, this is something you can't make. I can't make any sense of this. You ask me, but you can't, because this is just where we are. Sadly, at one point, this will be the going rate. Right now, we're still making fun of this amount of money, but soon, it's kind of like quarterback salary in the NFL. What's a big salary this year, 5 years from now, I'll be like, wow, you got that person cheap. This is the price of college sports, that if you want this person, there's bidding wars. There aren't any technical contracts because no one really knows. We talked about it. Nobody really knows where the money comes from. Now, you got to hope that with this NCAA settlement, that schools can just do what they should do and just set up a salary and pay the players. And you know where the money's coming from. You know what's guaranteed. If you have to put it in escrow, fine, you do that. But right now, this story, this was ridiculous. I was laughing the whole time I was reading it. Like, so let's just say you win your case against Florida. Can Miami then turn around and sue you because you breached the contract with them for $9.5 million? You walked away from that one. We're not talking about that. And then what's Georgia paying him? And to make it so bad, this kid's not that good.
Oh, no, don't get to the truth.
This kid's just not that good. They gloss over. He played 3 games at Arizona State, and then he got benched. He won his first game. Yeah, and then he was so awful that they were like, yeah, we got you for free, and we're still not going to pay you. So, yeah, the fact that he's suing them tells me everything I need to know, that he knows there's no NFL career. There's not even a UFL career for this kid.
David, tell him to land the plane, will you?
You dropped this on my lap, and now I got to land the plane?
Land the plane, yeah.
What do you want me to say, Mike?
The pilot's in the bathroom. Just land the plane.
What do you want me to say? It's taken away from your interest. It's taken away from everybody's interest. So my question is this.
There. Now he's taking the sticks.
Okay, you can't just
flip
on this whole
off.
diatribe and then expect me to sum it all up in 30 seconds.
Hey, Kenny, recline that seat forward. We are in our initial descent into Ricoville.
This is
Please.
Gonna be a long show.
No, it's going to be a great show today.
It's going to be a long show.
Ask the question, because it's a really good question.
The question is this. Everything that's going on because this is the latest chapter in just the foolishness that is college sports. We all can admit that. It went from being these guys need to get paid to now it's I don't know who's on the team, the transfer portal, NIL. You got teams suing conferences, teams leaving conferences dying. In the fall, college football is going to start back up. Is there anything in the fall that will make you forget about all this foolishness? It could be as simple as tailgating with your good friends, the smell of the grass, hearing the band, the team running out the tunnel, and then all of a sudden you will forget about all of this dumb stuff that we keep talking about every day. Is college sports hit that breaking point that you just say, know what? I can't. For me, 1994 baseball strike broke me. I loved baseball. I only like baseball now. But before then, it was everything. And then the strike happened. I didn't like the sport
Were you a
as
big
much.
Larry Walker guy? Sad that the Expos got robbed?
I did.
Big Moisey Salou fan. You'll have to Google him, Kenny.
They just pulled the plug in the middle of the season. It was like, how dare you do this to me?
What about Delino DeShields?
Or like the one and dones, when all of a sudden the NBA just started drafting high schoolers. I'm like, this is ruining the game. You're turning the NBA into the G League before the G League was around. Is this happening with college sports?
See, he landed the plane beautifully. I don't know why he had hesitation. That was a tremendous landing. Flawless. 248-539-9797. You know where I'm at. F this sport. This whole thing's a clown show. I hate it. I don't even care. Seriously. When a guy like Rico in a deluxe polo needs to buy a program to know who's even playing for the defense at Michigan State, that tells you how effed up it is.
Right. So, all right, is it one of those, you know what? The fall is here. I love this sport too much. I'm back. I'm sorry. Or is it just, guys, you went too far. You went too far. I'll watch it, but I don't love it the way that I once did. 248-539-9797.
I'll walk a lonely road along the boulevard of broken dreams. I will stand here and tell you they've gone too far. It is now just a welfare, government cheese, WIC card version of the NFL, and I'm not into it. No, and this is just so disgusting and distasteful to me. I don't want to be a part of it. By the way, has CMU figured out if Connor Stalions was on their sideline?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Still
you get my point. The whole thing is just, I don't care.
Everybody has, as a fan, has a breaking point.
But have you been to the Sphere? 248-539-9797. David, where are you at with it? Do you want to wait? Do you want to tell us next?
Next.
Tremendous. Come on. Hey. Land the plane. Land the plane.
Minus the smarm was
Gain
a radio
76.
tease. That's a radio tease.
Thank you.